Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do. And welcome aboard Cardboard Sim. How is everybody doing today? What is going on in the world today? Y'all talk to me. What's good, what's good? 4-2, how's it going, my man? How you doing? Yes, sir, Minnesota. How's it going, Ben? Wow, yo, yo, yo. What's up, my mans? Oh, man. So, today is going to be a pretty decent flight today. We are going to Brainerd Lakes Regional out in Minnesota. And we got 359 nautical miles to cover tonight, so it's going to be a long one. So let's see, updates. Any updates today? Something has been going on with FS2020. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I don't know if anybody else has been having issues. I know Seth has been having some problems with his, and I was noticing earlier when I was tinkering with some stuff that I was having some issues as well. So I cleared out my cache, the DL the DL cache and the shader cache. There was a new DLSS file that came out, so I updated that. It was mainly for frame gen, but I like to keep all that stuff updated anyway, just because there might be something else in there that that I could benefit from. And I've tweaked yet again some more settings. So everything is on ultra. The only things that are turned down and turned off are all the shadows. I don't really care too much for shadows. I mean, shadows still kind of show up, but shadows are a huge hit on frames. And normally I was running the 3080/40 by 2160, or your typical 4K. So I decided to bump it up after playing around with some stuff. So now I'm running 4096 by 2160. And it seems like performance has gotten better. I've done some more tweaking in the NVIDIA control panel. So we're doing alright right now. I don't want to mess with nothing. So we're going to fly this one out. I have live weather on today. Yeah, and we're just gonna rock it out. So how many weeks it'll be until Massachusetts? Let's see. Let me take a quick look at it. I'll let you know. Let you know something here. I'll give you kind of a roundabout of what's going on here. So, what's today? Today is the 11th. So, we're headed to Minnesota. So we have, after today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about, let's see, 12. It's about 13 days. So about roughly about 2 weeks. I'd say anywhere from 12 to 14 days. Most of these states will probably end up being just 1 days, but once I get into like West Virginia will probably end up being, Well, it depends. I'm not gonna say that West Virginia and another state will be in one day. It just depends on where I land and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll just say roughly 2 weeks from now. They're 4-2. Yep. Okay. Alright, so first things first, let's get some power going on in here. Power is good on the batteries. Brakes are set. Let's get some power going. We got a good start. Well, like I said, man, I mean, I will make sure that whatever day that Massachusetts is on, it'll be a Friday or Saturday. So you don't have to worry about that. I'll make sure that it falls on that day, because honestly, next weekend, it's gonna be, I'm not gonna stream next Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna be out of town, so it'll work out. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get some air going here, and let's get some beacon and some nav. Let's get some weather going. See what we got for weather. Winds are 100 at 5. Visibility is 10. Overcast 4100. Howard, how's it going? How you doing today? Temps are cold. Let's get some PDOT going there. And yeah, it's negative 17 degrees. Well, 1 degree Fahrenheit, shall I say. And altimeter is 3005. Let's get that bugged in. Okay. So if weather is calling for a 4100 ceiling, let's do an initial of 4,000. So let's get CTAF on 123, and we'll pick up center on 124.25. Let's go ahead and squawk VFR for the time being, and we are set there. All right. So let's get this thing on the road, y'all. We got a lot of ground to cover. So 100 at there. So let's see, runway. What we gonna take off on today? Let's see, runway 7 or 14. Symlink is not connected. Hold on a second. You are bugging. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. So runway 7 or runway 14. I guess we'll have to do 14 then. I will be streaming on Christmas. Yep. I'll be streaming on Christmas. Alright, so let's get some taxi lights going. Check surfaces real quick. That goes up, that goes down, that goes up, that goes down. Everything feels good on the surfaces. And let's get on out of here. One more thing. Let's get some. What is going on? Oh boy, hold on a second. Why are we not? Huh. So it is on. Okay, sorry. I didn't know if the music was playing, but it seemed like it wasn't. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. Dickinson traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is taxiing to runway 14, Dickinson traffic. Gonna get first notch of flaps in. Good goes. All right, 4-2. Have a good one, buddy. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, the stream is lagging today. Let's see here. Or is it just me? Nope. Might be just me. Okay. And let's see. Wondering if we'll take it all the way down. We'll take it all the way down. This is a weird airport. Like I think that used to be an old runway. I don't know if it's still in use. It don't look like it's in use because this one looked brand new. But then like some of the taxiways, it's stretched out pretty good. All right. So should be good here. I don't see no traffic. Dickinson traffic. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is taking off runway 14, departing to the west. Correction, departing to the east. Dickinson traffic. All right. Hey, Seth, how's it going? Glad to see you in. All right, so we are looking good down the runway, and no one is on final. Let's line her up. Let's get on down the road. Power is set. Airspeed is alive. There's 60. Oh, she's climbing pretty good. Positive rate. Gear is coming up. Speed checks. Flaps up. Our left turn out. Dickinson traffic. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is turning left downwind. Correction, left crosswind. Departing to the east. Dickinson traffic. Man, I can't. My brain is all messed up today. I don't know my east from my west, from my downwind to my crosswind. All right, we on the climb out. Taxi lights is coming off. And we'll go ahead and swap over to looking good. We might go up to 5. Let's see how 5 do. Should be okay. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is eastbound to Brainerd Lakes Regional at 5,000. Looking to pick up the VFR flight following.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Minneapolis Center, Squawk 4222 and ident.
Squawk 4222 and ident. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Here. 55.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, radar contact 4 miles east of Dickinson, Theodore Roosevelt Regional Airport at 5400 feet, heading 0902. Dickinson altimeter 30.03.
3003, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. And we are off, y'all. And on our way. Landing lights are coming off. And let's see here. Got a nice little tailwind going. We're all right. Okay. So 353 nautical miles to go. We are 2 hours out. So it's a nice one today. Just got to make sure we stay below the ceiling today. Don't need no confusion. Oh man. So any more progress, success on the doohickeys? as I was saying earlier, for those who came in afterwards, DLSS just dropped a new DLSS file for FrameGen. So for anybody that uses FrameGen, might want to go ahead and grab that, because I think the last one that they did, I think what Island Sim Pilot was saying was it was like 6 months ago. So that's 6 months of fixing whatever. So that should be a good one for you. Like I said, I went ahead and downloaded it and got it loaded in. I don't use FrameGen, but like I said, you know, there might have been something else in there that will help with performance. So make sure you go over there and grab that. So with these new tweaks that I've done, I'm actually shocked that the sim is performing the way it is, considering the load that I am putting on it. I mean, literally everything is ultra, TLOD, OLOD, both of those maxed out all the way to the right. Like I said, the only things I don't have is shadows. I turned all my shadows down. Some of them are off completely. I don't even want to mess with it. That's not one thing that I really, like I said, I don't really care too much for that. Anyway, you still get shadows. So it's not like shadows no longer exist. They just, I don't know. If you're into shadows, then you might want to keep them turned on. But just know that shadows takes a huge hit on your frames, for real. I learned that today, so turned all that stuff off. And in my NVIDIA control panel, lots of tweaking in there. So once again, like I said, I was normally running the 3840 by 2160. Now I'm running 4096 by 2160. And she seems to like it. As I said before, I don't frame chase, so I'm not too big on the FPS counter and how many frames I'm getting. I don't care about none of that. As long as I can get a good balance between my frame rates, well, you know, as far as performance goes, let me say that instead, and quality, then I'm happy. And right now I'm happy. And I'm also running map enhancement, and I have the high LOD turned on in there. So if you never use map enhancement, first of all, it's an awesome free software from flightsim.2. You need to get it if you don't have it yet. What it does is, so FS2020 uses they use Bing maps, but it's more photogrammetry than anything, right? So what map enhancement does is it takes the new updated version of Bing Maps, and they also have Google Maps. When I first downloaded map enhancement, I started using Google Maps, but then when they did the Bing Map update, I went back over to Bing Maps, and the textures, the colors, they look more realistic versus the colors out the box, you know, straight off the sim. The sim colors are very vibrant, you know, which is nothing wrong with that, you know. But I kind of want to have more of that realistic vibe. So when I'm flying and I look out the window, I want it to look like I'm actually in a real plane. I don't want to look out and say it reminds me that I'm playing a game, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So map enhancement is awesome software, and it doesn't really mess with your frames. Excuse me, I apologize for that. It doesn't really mess with your frames and your performance. Now, where it can, and it's something that you're gonna have to play around with if you decide to download it, or even if you have downloaded already and you haven't really studied you know what it actually has for you to be able to play with. So they initially, it was just an enhancement, and then they added high level of detail. So what the high level of detail does in map enhancement is, so if you're flying along and the images that you're getting just out of flight sim is like 256 by 256, something like that, right? So what map enhancement does with the high level of detail is it says, okay, so as the system is asking for the next frame, map enhancement takes those images, stacks it on top of each other 4 times, and then layer that on top of the frame that's already there. So you're actually getting a higher quality of picture, or what you're seeing, versus what you would see without it on. Now there's a pro and con to that, because, well, the pro is you get better quality, as well as it helps with load time. So it's kind of like it's already advancing the next frame before it even gets there. Downside, or the con, can be the quality has now gone up. So that's where you could possibly see a minor hit in performance. So what they did was they came in and said, okay, well, instead of doing that, let's set it up so people have options. So they came in and they created another section where the high level of detail won't kick in until you're actually airborne. So that way when you're on the ground, it's just running, you know, the normal whatever settings you have, and then once you get up in the air, the high level of detail will kick in. Then they went a step further and said, okay, let's do it this way. You can actually set it to where the high level of detail won't kick in until you're below or above a certain altitude. If I remember correctly, it's anything like once you get above a certain altitude, then it goes away. Because why are you trying to render that type of detail at 10,000 feet? It makes no sense. You're just wasting resources. So they've been doing a real good job of helping us out with that. So check it out if you haven't got it yet, man. It's real good. Yo, Bunny, what do you do? If Santa is real nice this year, I'm hoping to finally upgrade from my 1080p monitor. Okay. What you trying to go with? What was on your Christmas list? We might have to drop down to, let's go 45 for now. These clouds rolling in. Get below the deck. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can like these colors, they're not that bright green color, you know. It's just that, you know, what the terrain really looks like. Now, of course, you gotta know, and this is something that I don't think people really think about either when it comes to your setup. So even outside of setting, you know, your settings within the NVIDIA control panel or AMD, if you know, if you're running AMD cards, or you're adjusting your settings within Flight Sim. Weather updated. Okay. Don't forget about the settings within your monitors as well. Because that can actually play a huge part. You know, your monitors and TVs, they come out the box with default settings. And you have a numerous amount of settings within your monitors that could potentially hinder your performance as well. And especially as far as quality and things of that nature. So like for me, I didn't tweak too much. I did make sure that the TVs were all set to the same as far as the refresh rates, things of that nature. But I did some tweaking as far, because you know, different monitors and stuff coming, you know, they have certain presets like your game mode, movie mode, things like that. So I have all of my TVs set to game mode, and then I went in and I manually adjusted the color tones to dial them back a little bit. I've also brought the brightness Jesus, I cannot talk tonight. I scaled back the brightness some too. One, so it's not blinding y'all in the cameras, and it's not blinding me. So by doing that and tweaking some colors and, you know, going through the settings and seeing what each TV has to offer, whatever, and I just kind of played around with it. I mean, I did this way in the beginning. It can be a big help in the long run. Like, my TVs have HDR, but I do not run HDR. HDR is, believe it or not, it hits on your performance. Don't ask me how, but it does. And HDR is just way too loud for me too. Just way too loud. But as you can see, the performance right now, man, it's gorgeous. When I was doing my testing earlier, I learned that, so like right now I'm doing
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 2 miles at 4500 Skyhawk.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, looking for traffic. I don't see no traffic he talking about. Oh, there he is. He's behind me. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Don't have the traffic in sight, but I do have them on my radar.
Bonanza, 4 Romeo Papa. Maintain visual separation and continue on course to Brainerd Lakes Regional.
We'll maintain separation and continue on to Brainerd, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Oh yeah, I gotta look out for Santa for sure. But yeah, so like I was saying, in the sky I'm doing 35 to 37 frames according to the frame controller or the frame counter in the sim. And then when I get on the ground, you know, it'll drop down, you know, 25, 27. So with the settings that I have and with all the programs I got running, I can live with 35 to 37 frames. I'm cool with that. And I mean on the ground, yes, a little behind the curve, you know, it'll be nice to tweak it to 30. But for no more than I'm on the ground, and I mean the little bit of lag I am getting, I'm not gonna complain too much about it. So yeah, something that you can do, and I was thinking about this today when I was messing around with the settings and all that good stuff. The beautiful thing about FS2020 is it's a good mixture between like the load that the sim has to carry is not as much on, you know, it's not as hard in a sense on your CPU because some of it is being dispersed through the server, right? And then the rest of it, you know, your PC takes over. Well, one thing I like about that is there are so many different add-ons out here that can enhance your quality without losing performance. Prime example, when I was messing with my settings earlier, I took my TLOD and I slid it all the way down to 10. And when I loaded back into sim, the only hit as far as, I guess, detail that I could really see that makes a big difference is the textures of the taxiways and the runways. They get rare, you know, very skittish, you know, not as defined. You know what it is, but the markings aren't clear. But outside of that, map enhancement takes over, and so your terrain level of detail, for the most part, is still nice. Your tree, and see, I downloaded Orbix Tree HD, which gives me a better, you know, overall tree view versus the trees fresh out of the box. So those are in there, and these are all software and add-ons that little to no hit on your system. And then I have Accuseason running in the background, but I think that you have to, I don't think I have it on today. I think you got to turn that on manually. because the clouds that I was getting yesterday was gorgeous. These clouds look default, so I think that's something that you got to turn on every time, which is fine. I'm not too much worried about it. We got an aircraft off our nose, and then we got somebody 2,100 feet at about the 10. I don't see them. They're about 9 miles out. 8.5, 9 miles out. Okay. So you don't have to just sit there and say, oh well, my PC can't, I'd rather have performance, but then, you know, now my quality and level of detail is garbage. Search around, you know, do your research and find out, you know, when you're flying, what do you want to see? Like, what's more important to you when you're flying? Because everybody has different tastes. Like, some people could care less what the water looks like and will turn the water waves all the way down. Me, I like my water looking as real as possible. So I'll take the hit to get the water. You know what I'm saying? So dial your settings and find add-ons that complement what you would like to see and what makes you smile when you flying in the air. Like, I downloaded, like I said, I downloaded a couple orbit scenery in the heavy areas, and to be honest with you, I don't even really fly in those areas like that. You know, it was just one of those things I just kind of wanted to see what it really looks like. And I mean, they look good. I mean, they're definitely worth the money for what they bring. There is one more orbit scenery that I want to download, and I might end up downloading that one. I might end up downloading that one, and we're gonna hit that spot up. I won't talk about it, but we're heading in that direction. We'll be there probably about a week or so. But anyway, let me stop running my mouth. But I might download that one scenery because, yeah, I always wanted to see what that looked like. But anyway, yeah, sis. I mean, it's personal preference. It really is. And you'd be amazed at how well your PC can perform, whether it's a low-end PC or a high-end PC. You figure out what you want, you dial in the settings that you want, and for the other things you don't care about, don't waste resources on it. Allow that extra space to work towards giving you the quality of what you want to see. Grab you a few add-ons to help enhance it a little bit, and you're pretty much good. I mean, even something as simple as, you know, the VFR regions. What are they? I talked about this before. I love VFR or something like that. There's 3 different regions that you can download from FlightSim.2, but these are like just little things like adding smoke to the smokestacks, adding, you know, power lines that didn't exist, adding, you know, cranes, and, you know, all the little intricate stuff that we would see because, you know, we're GA, so we're flying lower. Those have zero effect on your performance, but yet it brings so much more immersion to your sim life. You know, it's little things like that. It can go a long way. The crazy thing is the FPS on Flight Sim is so low compared to the FPS you want with racing games. Well, but see, the thing with frames, Ben, and that's why I say I don't chase frames, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. At 60 frames a second, anything over that, it really doesn't, I mean, really, honestly, in my opinion, anything over 30 frames, I would even be more modest and say, okay, 40 frames a second. once you get to those numbers, it doesn't matter in flight sim unless you're flying like a F-18 or something. You know what I'm saying? Your screens are moving at Mach 1. Then I can kind of understand you would kind of want to chase those frames, but our screens move at snail speed, so we don't need 150 frames a second. You know, like our frames are not. The only way our frames are going to be affected, or you know how it's going to affect our flying, is if when you if you turn left on the yoke and there's like a 3 to 5 second pause, yeah, you're in trouble. That, you know, but you're talking 10, 15, 5 frames a second, you know. Would it be nice to be able to get to those numbers? Yeah, I mean, but for what, you know, low and slow is what we do. And even people that, you know, in the airliners, you know, they're 40-some thousand feet in the air. Their system is not. Their systems are taking naps when they're up in the clouds. That's why I say it's all. I feel like you have to find a happy medium with the performance and the quality. Cause we all want both. We all want performance and quality, and there are systems out there that can give you both. I feel like if I had a 4090 in my PC right now, the little bit of stutter that I have right now would no longer be here. So right now I got my 4080 Super doing what I paid for it to do, you know. So it's not sleeping.
Contact Bismarck approach on 126.3.
Going to Bismarck approach on 1263, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Good day. Bismarck approach, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,500. Runways, lights, and of course map enhancements.
424 Romeo Papa, Bismarck approach. Good morning. Bismarck altimeter 30.21.
3021 Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Why he talking like that? Oh, I transmitted that. I hope he don't cuss me out.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, Roger. Maintain 4500.
Maintain 4500, but that's 424 Papa. Yeah, I mean, Bunny, that's right. I mean, we do. We do want it all, and like I said, you can get both. I'm on the cuff of having both. I'm missing performance by, you know, it's a few frames. But you know, you gotta spend on that, you know, and of course, you know, not everybody is in that position, and I get it, you know, but you can, like I said, you can still take a low end PC and still turn it into something phenomenal. If you don't believe me, go back to some of my videos where I had the i7 3770 with the 2080 Super with the frame gen mod, and that was 1080p. But if you look at the picture quality and the performance, it was amazing. So yeah, Ben, but once it's really, I think it's just really how flight sim, how they code the system. Now, I can't speak for X-Plane. I've never flown X-Plane, not a day in my... I think I downloaded back in the FSX days when X-Plane first came on board, but I never flew it. I think if I did, I think I flew it one day on like the 7-day trial period or whatever, and I didn't like it. Now, for me, I didn't like it because I felt like there was nothing there for me to fly. Like there was nothing to look at. It was just a plain Jane. And then when I started YouTubing the X-Plane market, and I started noticing how much money people have to invest to bring X-Plane to life in their sim. Oh, I had to download this scenery package. I had to download that scenery package. I had to buy
Bonanza
this.
4 Romeo Papa, contact Minneapolis Center on 124.2.
1242, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is level at 4,500. I need a sugar mama. Hey, bo. Hey, let me tell you something out there in that Cali world, bo. There's plenty of them out there. You gotta find them. 2020. Yes, Lord. Oh, man. I mean, shoot, there. If your credit right, you could, hey, you can affirm a whole PC and make your payments. If you don't want to go that route, you could go to Rent-A-Center. You can go on Rent-A-Center right now and look up what they got going on. You can literally go right down to Rent-A-Center. Now, of course, you're gonna be paying well over, market value. But at least you can get yourself a mid-grade to, entry-level high-end for, whatever the price is on a weekly or monthly basis, however you set up your plans. I'm just throwing out different ideas for people because I know how it is. I know how it can be. I've been there. Okay, there you go, Val. Gotta treat yourself, man. You work hard all year. You deserve to get something good for yourself. Shoot, don't let nobody tell you you can't. And if you buy yourself, shoot, you can miss a couple meals. It's alright. Ramen noodles are still cheap in Walmart. Yeah, it's there's ways around to getting what you want out of this sim life that we live in. It just takes a lot of thinking out the box. Oh, you gonna get it, Val? Don't even worry about it. And I'm gonna be right here smiling when you send me a picture of it in the Discord when you got your triple monitor set up. Now see, here's the beautiful thing about this time of the year. Between now and I say, somewhere in January, man, Marketplace is your friend. People getting brand new stuff for Christmas. Guess what? Out with the old, in with the new. They will start getting rid of stuff for nothing, just to kind of maybe recoup a couple dollars, or just trying to make a couple more dollars on the side. You'd be amazed. You could come across all kind of things on the market. I stay on Marketplace religiously. Like, when everybody is thumbing through Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, I am thumbing through Marketplace. Marketplace is like the newspaper for me, to an old man. I will sit here on the couch for hours and just go through Marketplace and see what's out there, who's selling what, what's being sold, what are the prices. And if the price is right and you within a good drop, like I said, I drove 2 hours for a yoke and some rudder pedals for $20. How bad do you want it? No you're not, man. Don't tell yourself that. Hey, listen. When I first started building this sim right here, what you see right now is stuff that I learned in the process of building. I didn't know the first thing about an Arduino card. I didn't know the first thing about mobiflight. I didn't know nothing about spacedesk, air manager. All I knew is I wanted a general aviation sim. That's what I wanted, because I wasn't going to do the airliners no more. I did that in Germany. It cost me a boatload of money, and I spent more time fixing and tweaking than I did flying. But that was the FSX things course. But the information is out there, man. And me personally, a GA sim is so much cheaper. This is my name is Cardboard Sim for a reason, because this whole man, let me get back inside. The whole panel is cardboard. Center console, cardboard. The walls is just insulation foam. Roof, same thing, insulation foam. This is some cheap material that I bought from Walmart to wrap the foam in. The window sills, Gorilla Tape. The wood grain that you see, this is nothing but some vinyl, a roll of vinyl wood grain flooring from Walmart. I mean from Lowe's for like $25. The wood grain here around the 6-pack, that was a $12 roll of wood grain peeling stick, which obviously didn't work with me too well, as you can see. But yeah. And between, YouTube videos, the Discords, the forums, Google searches, you'll be up and running in no time, man. I got my current monitor 6 years ago from Let Go, when that was... Oh, I forgot about Let Go. I remember Let Go, Val. You just took me back on that one. Yeah, you used to buy stuff for dirt cheap on Let Go. Cause it all started with Craigslist, right? That was the original. Well, newspaper too. I mean, you could go back to the newspaper. But yeah, what it was, Craigslist, and then Buku yard sales. That's more of a military thing though. But if you are around any type of military installation, just pull up like Buku, whatever the base is, yard sales. It's something like that. And shoot, you could find a lot of stuff for cheap up there too. I had got a hold of a $600 pressure washer for $150, and the guy only used it one time, and then he got orders overseas and he couldn't take it with, so he was just trying to sell whatever he could before he left. Got it for $150. 227-inch LG Ultra Gear monitors, 4K 165. They're about $165 each. My center monitor is a Dell 27 Curve, 144 bottom marketplace for $50. See, there you go. There you go. Like I said, my Alpha Yoke. Now everybody in here know that even now, with them being around for a little bit, you're still going to probably have to spend $200 on an Alpha Yoke, even on a used one. I got mine for $50. I literally could have bought the Alpha Yoke and the Bravo TQ for $100. But I just spend, like I said, I just spend hours. Well, I won't say I spend hours, but when I'm on my downtime and I'm just sitting around the house, I'm looking at Marketplace. So yeah, always keep your eyes open. And like I said, especially right now, between now and January, man, stuff about to be sold for nothing. And of course, everybody know when you get on marketplace, whatever price they have, unless they say firm, and even when they say firm, money talks. That has been a proven fact. So you can sit here and say, oh, I want 150 firm. All right, I'll tell you what, I got $100 right now cash. What you trying to do? Because if not, that'll sit right there for firm for a long time. Or you can take this $100 and go on about your business. $279 brand new, and I got mine. It was used, but you could consider it brand new because he said that he had bought it right before they made the move, and then they found out that his wife was pregnant. So the sim world of his sim world pretty much went down the drain after that. So he was like, I'm just trying to get rid of all of it. So he sold it to me for $50. Matter of fact, the 2080 Super that I had, I bought that for $200 on marketplace, and that's a powerful little CPU. I mean, GPU there. Trying to think, what else? My seats. Got my handy dandy seats from the junkyard. $40 for the set. Had to do some digging though, because you know how, shoot, most of the vehicles out there, them seats are raggedy. So I found these in a fairly newer vehicle, little SUV. Interior was pretty much mint condition. Even the people inside, when I brought them in, they was like, "Dad, where you get those from?" Yep. And then, you know, my wife got me my 3D printer for my birthday this year. And so, you know, I've been slowly bringing in some 3D prints to save on money. And it's working out. Like my compass, that's 3D printed. I did a video on the rudder pedals. Those are 3D printed. There's Alpha Yokes currently on the app for 170. I would offer 160. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll call you Luke. That work for you, Luke? Yeah, but you also gotta know, man, like this didn't happen overnight. I've been building on this sim for what, 3 years now. So yeah, this definitely wasn't put together all in one time, and I'm flying. I think I might do another B-roll video of all the pictures that I have that I did take. I wish I would have took more pictures during the build process, and you know, all the way through to where I am now. But man, if you go back to like my first video for this sim and look at what it looked like, oh my god. You want to talk about humble beginnings? Like literally, this panel and the center console was all I had, and it didn't look nothing like this. It wasn't even painted. It was literally strictly cardboard, just fresh off the box. And it was sitting on a keyboard stand. And I had an old 50-inch Vizio TV hanging up on the wall right in front of me. And I had got that Vizio TV for $50. And that's where it all began. That was it. That's all I had. And 3 years later, this is where we're at. And like I said, I mean, even as far as the frame is 2x4s, but all that stuff was free. I got a friend that worked construction. He always got extra 2x4s laying around, so I went and scooped some of that up, grabbed some 2x4s around the house that I had. My measurements they're not perfect. So like this one might be about a ½ inch longer than that one. You won't know it. But I know it, you know, so anything is possible, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, you're gonna spend money in the electronic side, I guess. Well, you don't really have to do that. It just depends on how hard you want to go. Like, I could have went and spent a few $100 more for a real SimGear autopilot, but when I look at the overall, you know, stance of the Bonanza VTEL, you know, and I think this one is like it's like a 50-60 model. So I got the 750. I don't need a fancy autopilot. As long as it can, the autopilot works. It follows the GPS, you know, altitudes, all that, heading bugs and all that. That's all I need. This panel is from PropWatch Simulation. It's like $120 to the house, give or take a couple dollars. This iPad, I bought this iPad. I've had this iPad Pro for 6 years. I use this iPad Pro for everything. So when I'm not flying and I need to use it, like when I'm doing music, I can literally just slide the whole iPad Pro out. So that's one thing. This is an iPad Mini. I had one in there before. I had the original iPad Mini, but then when Air Manager did an update, that iPad Mini couldn't keep up with the you know, it was dated pretty much. So I went on Amazon. I found a refurbished one for like $80. The tablet, that's an Amazon Fire tablet. Got it for our daughter years ago when she was little. She played with it for a couple minutes. That thing went in the closet, and that's where it lived most of its life until I brought it back. So I took it out its case, and now we have that. The tablet on the yoke. It's a cheap off-brand 10-inch tablet off of Amazon, like $60-70. The TPM was gifted to me from a good friend of mine. He sent me the TPM and the landing gear switch, which I think these were, I can't remember the name of the company, but these aren't cheap. That I know for sure. Like all my toggle switches, I bought all those from Advanced Auto Parts. Matter of fact, all of them. My brake switch, which is the push-pull, Advanced Auto. All of this stuff. Oh, and he also sent me the key ignition switch, so that's kind of cool. It's spring loaded. So, Luke, so it's, as far as the switches goes, they're all hooked up to the computer via an Arduino card, and you run this program called mobiflight, and mobiflight is the mediator between all the switches and buttons and encoders, and it then runs through the Arduino into mobiflight, and then mobiflight sends that information to the computer to tell the computer, hey, this is what's going on. So when I turn on, you know, my taxi light, it's programmed into mobiflight, and it turns the light on in the sim. And it only, like, all of these, like, just one throw toggles, like taxi light on and off, those are only 2 wires, your ground and your input. So it's in the beginning I was like, I don't get this either, but like I said, there's so many videos on YouTube. Once you learn how to wire your first switch, it's pretty much game over after that. Then, you know, you can pretty much do whatever you want to with that at that point. Stop calling yourself that, man. Right, Bunny? YouTube University. I have a doctorate degree in YouTube. I got a doctorate degree in YouTube. I got a master's degree in Google. I got my associate. I got 2 associate's degrees in flight sim forms. I might be going back to school to get my bachelor's on that. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's anything you put your mind to, man. The information is out there. And if it's something that you really want to get into, there's a lot of us out here that would love to sit down and you know, walk you through the steps. I mean, that's all we do up here. We talk life, but mainly sim life, and we pass ideas back and forth, and you know, we all get something out of it. We'll get you where you need to be if that's where you want to be, you know. Man, weather changed up pretty good. It's still cold out here though. Right, Bunny. Yeah, I mess with it, Luke. I'ma hang tight right now with it. I'm waiting for them to finish up, well, at least get it to a more stable point, and I'm waiting on Air Manager to convert their software over to the new sim. So my 6-pack and my engine management panel, the 2 iPads pretty much runs Air Manager, and so that's the only thing that doesn't work with FS2024 right now. Everything else is already running good with it. You're welcome, Luke. We good people over here. Now, once we get warmed up to you, you might talk crazy. So, just warning you now. The one you got to look after is Bunny, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Out of everybody in here, Bunny's the one you got to watch out, because he'll hit you with a sneak attack. He hits me up at least once a day. Y'all, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't had a Toby conversation. Let's check in with Toby. Hey Janet, how you doing today?
I'm doing as well as a tour guide can do while flying over North Dakota. How about you?
I can't complain too much. Hey, I want to know the passengers would like to know a good Toby story.
Well, once Toby decided to take a dip in a lake, thinking it was a great idea to impress some ducks. Turns out, it was actually a swamp, and he emerged covered in mud, looking like a very confused, very wet scarecrow. The ducks were not impressed, but the mosquitoes certainly were.
Toby, how did you not know that was a swamp? I'm trying to figure that out. Oh. Oh, definitely Ben. She said you could hear you could hear it in her voice. The sarcasm of that. That was too funny. Yeah, there's nothing out here in North Dakota. But we're pretty much done with the mountains. Well, let me not, no. We're done with the mountains on the west. We still got the east side to deal with. Oh yeah, Toby, man, look. I want to see what Toby look like right now, because of all the mess he done put himself through. He can't be looking too good right now. I feel like Toby got like 2 teeth, and that's really 4 teeth all broken down in half pieces, missing a couple fingers. His toes looking like a broken keyboard. But I still find it funny. How is he still out here impressing girls? Like, I want to see these girls that he talking to, because it's starting to make me these girls starting to seem a little sus, you know? I don't really think these girls are, you know, dimes in a sense. I think I don't want to say it, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think these girls, you know, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to get me in trouble up here. But I'm just saying. Because every time we turn around, Toby out here impressing some girl, and it's just like, I mean, we're 20-something girls in now, eh? Every single one of these girls, Toby, you pulling every girl? Nah, you're not about to play with my emotions like that, Toby. We got a violent violin out here on our nose. What are you doing? You've been out here for a while. Well, we're smoking pretty good, y'all. We are 186 on the ground. 172 nautical miles out, 55 to go. About an 18 knot crosswind, tailwind, crosswind. Winds are coming out of about the 330 range. I used to hate driving out here when I drove trucks, man. I used to hate it. It was always cold. Nothing to look at. Quite frankly, I don't like any of the food up here. Good people though. Good people. I will say that. I'm in North Carolina, Luke. I'm all the way at the waters. I could almost throw a rock at the water. I'm that close. Well, not that close. I'm about, depending on which coastline I want to be a part of, I could be there as early as 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't like tail draggers either. Like, what's the whole point of a tail dragger? First of all, how in the world do you taxi this thing out? I'm already short. I can't see, and now I'm looking up at the sky. How in the world am I supposed to know where I'm at? Is there like a window on the floor, like in front of the plane, where I can like see, you know? I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, I think landing would be not too bad until the tail start dragging. Then we in the same boat. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Are we going in the same direction or what? Let me see. Pull him up on my scope. Got somebody 2,300 feet below. Don't see him though. You're supposed to land on all three at once. I tell you, all three gonna touch the ground, but you're not gonna have three left by the time I hit it though. Alright, Bunny, I'll take a look. I don't even want to know. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'll take a look at that when we down. Man, I am burning some fuel, let me tell you. 22, pretty much 23 gallons an hour. Yeah, see, I don't even think I've even tried to fly or land one. Nope. I'll tell you another one that I've tried to do, and we're not about to do that again. That's those the sailplanes. I tried taking off from water in a Cessna 172. Nope, that didn't. I was upside down before I even got started. They fixed the wind in FS20 for sure. You aren't consistently in a storm during missions. Okay, that's cool. Oh, Val.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, Jesus. Contact Minneapolis Center on 127.35.
Going to 12735, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa today. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, level at 4,500.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Minneapolis Center. Good morning, Luca. Altimeter 30.36.
3036, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Oh, 60 knot headwind. Oh, do you understand the disgust my face would have? Oh, that's miserable. You know, it's crazy because, like I said, when I used to be in the military and we'd be flying back, you know, from whether we was in either Africa or, you know, Turkey or something like that, man, we always hit the headwind coming. And I'm talking, we'll be at like 28,000 and we'll have like 115 knot headwind. Like it would take us what normally would be, you know, maybe a 7-hour flight, would literally add an hour to almost 2 hours depending on how bad the winds are. It just gets brutal out on that side of the world. Yeah, I fly the same plane, man. I mean, I do have other planes in my pocket that I'd like to dibble and dab with. I like the Baron 58. What's another one? I do like flying the Vision Jet every blue moon when I really just want to get up in the air and just set it on cruise and just float for a while. That's really about it though. I pretty much just stick with this one. I love my VTEL. Anybody that knows me, I'm VTEL for life. I just don't know, like when you're actually like powering up, right, and you're going through the water. In my mind, I'm trying to treat it as if like I'm like skiing on the water, right? I don't know much about this stuff, so I know my terminology is probably off. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because my water levels are set different, or I don't know, but every time I try to take off, either I can't get enough speed up, or something happens and it'll do like a nosedive. Like it's like I'll hit a water pocket or something and it'll just nosedive right into the water. I'm just like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm gonna keep myself on the ground. The Icon, I've never flown the Icon A5. Never flown that one. I forgot to make. I gotta fix that one. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Isn't that the one that was in the what do you call it? The intro to FS2020? It's like a single prop, but it's shaped weird. I feel like that's what it is. Yeah. Amazing curvature, huh? Let me stop. I'm not even about to go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna leave that alone. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I remember. I think that's I think that's the aircraft that I'm thinking about. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing up here in North Dakota. Between here and Minnesota, like, it's all flat up here, all the way through Canada.
4 Romeo Papa, contact Fargo approach on 120.4.
Switching to 120.4, bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Fargo approach, bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,500.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Fargo approach. Good morning, Sheldon altimeter 30.39er.
3039er, bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. Oh man, I had to go help a friend out today. So he currently lives a couple hours from here, and he called me last night. He was like, "Man, I need your help. Like, what's going on?" He was like, "Mom got some stuff at a storage facility, and she's got to get it out of there." I said, "Well, it's pretty much going to be a washout for me. So, I could definitely do that for you. No problem." I said, "How much we looking at?" He was like, "It shouldn't be that much." He was like, "I think it's just a bedroom set." So I'm like, "All right, that's fine." So we drove down there and opened up the bin, and sure enough, it's just a bedroom set. Not just any bedroom set. Oh, no. No, Mom Dukes wanted to order a bedroom set that was made out of Noah's Ark. I'm talking a bedroom set that was carved fresh out of a redwood trunk. I mean, this wood was. Man, I ain't never lifted furniture so heavy. I mean, I've lifted heavy furniture, but I'm like, what is this? What is this made of? What kind of wood is this? I mean, this is definitely something that I don't think nobody, like, if somebody want to break into your house and steal your, this is not about to get stolen. I guarantee you, everything in the house will be gone, but this furniture, that ain't going nowhere. And he fell in with the laughing. I'm like, this, hey, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. But we did get everything back and in the house safe and sound. Ended up having to get one of her neighbors to come and help me get the long dresser in. Oh man. Now I gotta take some pain meds tonight before I lay down. Man, I'm telling you, that mess had to been made out of Noah's Ark for real. That man, that bedroom set came from King Tut days. I wouldn't be surprised to find a mummy wrapped up somewhere in that woods. So man, that my hand cart was like, I was just like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Yo, we got traffic all around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. But none of them really that close though. I just got them on the radar. Might have one 1700 above coming off the wingtip here. He's still about 10 miles out, so I can't see him. A little too far. Ooh, what highway is this? It's a major highway. I don't know. What does it say? It's definitely no. Oh, we're out here by Fargo. Okay. It's very watery and swampy over here on this side of town. What is this? Well, we're not that far out, y'all. 31 in Tennessee right now. Oh, we are. Well, we just came after. Well, we just had. Let me see. The last 3 days has been in the upper 60s, lower 70s, but it's been raining off and on. Now the rain is gone by, and now it's back to being cold. So, I think we're in the lower 30s tonight, and I think during the day we'll be mid-50s. So, you know, as long as we stay above 50, I don't have an attitude above 50. You know, I get a little more serious around the lower 50s, but I'm not attitude. Once it drop below 50, I got an attitude with everybody. Don't talk to me. Don't look in my direction. Don't ask me no dumb questions. And it always be those people that are just so happy. Like, it is negative 40,000 degrees outside. Why are you so happy right now? Go smile somewhere else. I don't even want to be here right now. But I need some water. And I need some food for the house. Oh, there's a lot of traffic out here. I'm pretty much just cutting right down the middle. You're one of the moment is below 70. Dang, Val. Well, I guess you can say I've gotten see, I don't want to say that word, because then I don't want to be like, oh, you're that, so we're just gonna go ahead and dump it on you. Nah, like I said, 6 years in South Dakota, 4 years in Germany, 2 years in Pennsylvania. I'm over the cold, and I'm over. If I don't see another snowflake for the rest of my life, I'm happy. Like, it don't make me no different. I'd rather not see snow. I don't want to make more snowmans. Well, let me not say that. So I would like for my little man to see some snow one day. I mean, wish he did, but he was just a baby when we was in Pennsylvania. So I guess you can say, you know, my bones have gotten a little better with dealing with it. But like I said, anything below 50, that no, we not about to do that. Oh, hey, it's 75 around the clock here. 75 for heat. Every once in a while we'll bump it to 76. If we really get a cold night. But pretty much 75 during the winter and 75 AC during the summer. Ain't nobody trying to have no $1,000 electric bill. And it's crazy because I be seeing people be on Facebook all the time. If your temperature is above 70 degrees, then don't talk to me. Well, then don't come to my house. Because that thermostat will never see 70 degrees. Ever. My parents keep their house at 70. You make me want to do something. It's cold in this house. Nobody got time for this. I'm going home. Must be nice what, Luke? What's nice about that? Now what's crazy is, so in my living room I have one of those electric fireplace TV stands, and I'll tell you, that little fireplace can throw some heat. Like, if the temperature is set at 75 in my house and I turn that thing on and let it run for like an hour, it'll be 78, 79 degrees in the house. Oh no, the weather is miserable here. Like I said, the rain just got done passing by, so the warm days it always pulls a cold front behind it. And it's that miserable, like 52 degrees in the daytime behind a rainstorm is like 30 something degrees outside. Cause you add in the wind chill and all that, man, it's and then everything is wet. I ain't got no bit. Now Unfortunately, I do got to get out tomorrow because I'm 3 days behind schedule on work. So I'm going to have to go out there and fight with this mess tomorrow and Friday and possibly Saturday. We'll see how it goes though. All night with your windows rolled down. What? Hey, listen. Whatever that job is, nah, the windows gotta go up. Those windows have to go up. We not doing that.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa. Contact Minneapolis Center on 127.35.
Switch to Minneapolis Center on 12735, and there's a 424 Romeo Papa connect. Oh, we got a plane 800 above. Right off the wing tip. Where you at? I don't see you. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is level at 4,500.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Minneapolis Center. Good morning, Ross. Say altimeter 30.33.
3033, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa. I got a plane 1100 above coming right at my right wing. Then I have one 200 above at my 10. Where you at? I do not see you. Zoom in a little bit more, see how close y'all really are. He's about 4 miles out. The other one's behind me, so he's no factor. Who is this guy though? Man, I would come up with a machine, almost like a like an RPG type of, you know, what do you call them things? I can't even think of the name of it right now. And I'll load that thing up with a newspaper and throw it in the pipe and let it send it on its way. And I'll just have a hole cut out, you know. They should come up with something like that for y'all. That'd be pretty cool. Where is this fella at? He is literally 100 feet above me. But I'm smoking him, so I don't see him. I daydream about such a machine. Oh man, there's gotta be a better way. There must be a better way. Oh man, we about in there, y'all. 24 minutes out. Let's go ahead and get some weather pulled up here while I'm thinking about it. See what's going on down there on that end. Oh, weather is 310 at 8, visibility 10, temperature at negative 23, dew point 28, altimeter is 3019er. So runway 23 or 34 would be, I think I'm gonna go for 34. It's got a 4-knot crosswind with 7 knots to the nose, because 23 will put me, 23 will give me an 8-knot crosswind with 1 knot to the nose. We might go ahead and shoot for 3-4. Anything on the NOTAMs? So, oh, that expired January 3rd, so that does not apply. So nothing there we need to really worry about too much. Look at all these little puddles of water and stuff, man. It's crazy. All set up with GPS, so I don't even have to do anything but drive. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. Whatever makes your job effective. That is the whole goal there, buddy. See what we got going on here. Key. What did I say? 3-4. Yep, 3-4 is going to be our runway of choice. Yep, 3-4. We got a plane coming right off our nose, 2,300 feet above. All right. It's crazy. I see the planes on the radar. I'm just not seeing them. He's literally right off my nose. See. Ah, there he is. Got him right there. That's cool. I'm not the only one out here. I got another one crossing right in front of me, 1,100 feet. Oh, I need you to go handle your business. Where are you at? 1,100 feet. Right off. I don't see him yet. He's no factor anyway. Alright. Getting a little bumpy up here. You might want to fasten your seatbelts. Both things get a little crazy. So here in about 28 miles, we'll go ahead and make our call in. Get ourselves set up for the visual runway 34 approach. All right, now get it together. Oh man. I need some FIPs. That's what I need. I think actually what I'm going to start doing, matter of fact, I might do that tonight once we're done flying. So I was talking about this guy who created his own motorized trim wheel, and it's BFF Simulations, I think is what it's called, something like that. I think I'm gonna use his style, and that's cool because he gives you the STL file. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and print out all the pieces for that, and then get all the encoders and servos and all that stuff, which I think is really, so I got a boatload of potentiometers, but I think I probably want to buy exactly what he says so it actually fits his trim wheel. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that together and get rid of this thing I got here. I mean, it served its purpose pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. I paid $12 for this thing. There's a guy on Etsy who makes it. It's a very, very basic trim wheel. You know, it works, but I want something a little bit more, you know, something that's a little bit more sensitive to the roll and feels a little bit better, and on top of the fact that it's motorized, because that's one thing that I never did like is if I'm hand flying and I set my trim right. Well, my trim is set to that position when I'm hand flying, and then as soon as I go to autopilot, you know, the trim takes over and the trim is up and down and doing its own thing. So when I finally decide to take over the controls and take it off of autopilot, I'm either going into a straight nose up attitude or nose down, you know, so I never know exactly where it's going to be when it's all said and done. So I'd rather have one that's motorized, so even when I come out of autopilot, the trim is still set to its position. I mean, I like the electric trim switch, but I don't. And I mean, I could probably tinker with the settings and dial it in a little better, but I'd rather have a physical trim wheel. I feel like I can control my trim better that way than this switch. And then of course, you know, the Bonanza goes a lot faster than your Cessna, so the trim is a little bit more difficult to trim out than, you know, a Cessna that's doing 110, 115 knots. So I think that's going to be my next task for the sim. All right, 42 miles out. Weather's been pretty good to us thus far. It's getting a little windy up here, so it's yanking and banking us right now. But we gonna make it do what it do. Hey Val, how long is your route? I mean, I know newspapers still exist. I didn't know that. Well, I guess it depends on where you live. I haven't seen a newspaper around here on my side of town in a long time. About 3-4 hours. Woo, 3-4 hours at nighttime in the cold. God, well, I know them 3-4 hours feel like a week. I'm praying for you, Val. 200. I know you can knock the mess out of somebody slinging that many newspapers a night. Woo! That left arm is strong. Now, are the homes that you're slinging, are they like close up against each other, or is it like, you know, a little bit of gap between all of them? Oh, okay, that's cool, cause ain't no. Whew. That's some work. But like you said, I mean, with anything, you do it long enough, it don't even bother you like that. $60-ish miles a night. Oh, okay. That ain't too bad, I guess. I mean, a 60-mile spread with 200 homes to sling, it's pretty good. Do I fly with people? I do fly with people, Luke. If you ever want to fly along, just get hooked up into my Discord. It's down in the description, and yeah, and I could walk you through, you know, how to get things set up so we can communicate. But yeah, I fly with people. For sure. Yep. Just get yourself logged in, man. We are getting there, y'all. We are close. 9 minutes out. patiently over here in 2024 for the day the stream moves over to join in on the flight. Yeah, man. I'm excited about streaming with 24. Like I said, I'm just waiting on Air Manager, man. Waiting on them. So you don't. So what did you got rid of FS2020? All right, we need to lose some altitude here. Get up out of these clouds. That Game Pass, I gave up Game Pass. Oh, okay. I got you. Minneapolis Center, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 18 miles west of Brainerd Lakes Regional, looking to get vectors for the visual approach runway 34.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Proceed direct to Brainerd Lakes Regional. Intercept heading 105 at 3,000 feet for the visual approach to runway 34.
Oh, dang. Don't do that. Proceed direct to Brainerd Lakes Regional and intercept the heading 105 at 3,000 for the visual approach to runway 34, Bonanza 424. Alright, heading bug to 105. 3,000. Almost bought 2020, but then heard about 24 and waited. Ah, okay.
Bonanza for Romeo Papa. Brainerd Lakes Airport at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Safe flight.
Brainerd Lakes Airport is at about 15 miles. Changing to advisory frequency. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Bonanza 424. Good day. We're on our own, y'all. You're squawking
Bonanza for
VFR.
Romeo Papa, roger. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
And let's see, so folks, y'all. Comms here. The comm is 1227. All right. Okay. Let's get the visual of runway 34 in. Let's activate that. Yeah, I've tried the Air Manager beta, Howard, but they're only currently working on the Air Manager desktop side of things right now. I've been following along on the Discord to see when they're going to make the switch over to the app version, and they said they're a couple months, a few months out or whatever. So it's going to be a little bit. I mean, unless something drastically changes, and but yeah, I've already downloaded the beta. I can get the Air Manager app to connect to 24, but nothing works. All right, let's slow this thing down. Get some landing lights going. Brainerd traffic, Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is 5 miles inbound west of the field. We are left base, runway 34, full stop. Brainerd traffic. Alright. So there's 05. Autopilot is coming off. Nice little city out here. Nice. Got the field over here to the left. Alright, speed checks, gears coming down. First notch flaps coming in. Oh, this wind is pushing. Brainerd traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's turning final, runway 34, full stop. Brainerd traffic. Yep, it's pushing. Jeez. Got a 15 knot to the nose. Second notch flaps coming in. There. Man, this wind is crazy. Slow it down, slow it down. rudder. Alright, there we go. And on the brakes. Welcome to Minnesota, y'all. Strobes off, landing light off, flaps up. Brain of traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa's clear, runway 34. Brain of traffic. Alright, there we go. Somewhere to taxi this thing. Doop. Get back over, get back over. Alright, cool. That's a lot of work doing that. How do I do my flight plans? Lower 48. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have pretty much been fluking this whole trip day by day. I really don't have any set places to go. I have a couple, requests that people wanted me to fly into in certain states, where we just took off from in North Dakota. That was a special request. So after each flight, I just kind of sit down and map out what my next spot is for each state. And I just kind of do a point A to point B. I have done one IFR flight so far. I only really did that to test out the SayIntentions entourage to see how that works with the co-pilot assist. But outside of that, it's just kind of point A to point B. What is this forklift doing? I know you see me. Thank you. Are you out here waiting on me? Are you out here waiting on me? I'm gonna pull right up on you. You're not gonna wave me in? No? Okay. That's where we're gonna park. All right. Well, that's it, y'all. We made it to Minnesota. I think for tomorrow it's going to be Wisconsin, maybe. I think I might do Wisconsin tomorrow. And then kind of do a little zigzag down so I can work my way over, because I know I gotta hit Chirac for sure. That's on the list. Maybe go to Painfield. I have to check that out. You're doing Amelia Earhart's last route in a Tiger. Oh wow. That's pretty cool. All right. Power is coming down. Let's turn that off there. Brakes are set. Mixture out. There we go. So there we have it, y'all. Fun flight. Fun conversations as always. Let's let's check on Toby real quick. Hey Janet, what's something that Toby has done out here in Minnesota? She's already unplugged. That's alright. We'll catch up with it next time. I appreciate that, Luke, man. I appreciate you hopping on board, man. Enjoyed your company tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, as always, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be headed on to the next leg of this lower 48 state tour. So I'll go ahead and add this, and I'm gonna jump on off. Right, Val. Jenna was like, man, forget this. It's cold. I'm going in. All this extra talking. We can talk about Toby the next time. Yeah. If y'all really enjoyed, what I'm doing here, please give my videos a thumbs up. That'll help me out. Let me know y'all rocking with me, even though I know you are. But for the YouTube side of things, And if you know anybody else that might be interested in this type of videos and interaction, feel free to share the video and let them know to come on over to Cardboard Sim, and we're gonna do what we normally do. So that's all I got. I enjoyed y'all. Y'all have a good night. Cardboard Sim signing out.